Hey everyone, how's it going? It's that nerd Ryan here, and today we're reviewing Thus Spoke Rohan Kishibe Volume 1. I know I didn't do Episode 4 on the anime yet, but that is in Volume 2, so we're going to go ahead and talk about Volume 1. With that, we're also going to kind of blow through the first 3 stories because those were adapted and I reviewed them individually. I'm just looking at the names. But yeah, they actually pretty much go in order, except it skips the last story on here, skips the other stories in Volume 2, and goes straight to the last story in Volume 2. So this first one is, of course, at a confessional. Quick gist of it is Rohan stumbles into a confessional in the Vatican, ends up pretending to be a priest, where he hears the story of this man that kind of got cursed, and when he was happy, the curse would attack him. It attacks him. He has to prove that he's worthy of not being killed. He fails, but ends up, plot twist, it was one of his people that failed. If you want, watch the full video on my channel right now. At a Confessional, I feel like, is the best introduction story for this kind of stuff. It's just enough to be recognized as JoJo's, but just enough on its own where it doesn't feel like it, which is perfect. The next one is my favorite story so far, which is Metsukabe Hill. And actually, what's funny is, I forgot who I was talking to, but I was using that term of, oh, it's like the Phantom of Metsukabe Hill, which, again, if you want, you can watch the full review on the other video. But basically, this woman that is supposed to be marrying a mogul is kind of cheating on him. He's about to get caught, and she accidentally kills him. The blood won't stop, so he has to go and he takes him, or she tries to hide the body and hide the blood, and then ends up having to keep the body, finds out that it can stay fresh, and has a kid with it. Very fun story. Again, I think this is my favorite. We actually get to see Rohan use Heaven's Door in this one, and it feels like a JoJo side story, which is great. And of course, the drawings in this are perfect as well. Let me just say, it is kind of a mix of 4 and 5's art style, which is perfect. And then, like, the colored panels on this are just amazing as well. Each first story gets its own colored panel. Next one is Millionaire Village, which, again, I have the full video up from the anime review. Rohan accompanies his editor to go and buy a villa where millionaires are born, basically, and it turns out that it's a cursed area by the gods of the hills, where if you don't follow proper manners and etiquette, something bad happens. She fails. Rohan is about to fail, but he ends up using Heaven's Door to fix it. That one also stood very well and was a very fun story. Perfect mix of horror and stuff like that. Then last, we got Poaching Seashore. So if anything felt like a JoJo story, it's Poaching Seashore. Hard to say that word. And I will say I could understand why this hasn't gotten adapted yet. This one does feel like a kind of one-off chapter of Diamond is Unbreakable, or even maybe JoJolion. But I will go in more detail on this. So Rohan is eating at Tonio's, where it helps him with his eye strain, or Pearl Jam helps him with his eye strain. And Tonio asks Rohan if he would like to accompany him on poaching these certain types of, I believe they're orchids. I could be wrong. Let me just look really quick. I just turned to the perfect page and then I can't find the name. But yeah, they're little, like, basically mollusks. Yeah, they're mollusks that Tonio feels might be able to heal his, I believe it's either sister or wife, from an ailment that she has. He feels like using Pearl Jam with it will be able to heal her fully, because everything else he makes with Pearl Jam cannot fully heal her. So Rohan decides to do it, uncharacteristically being nice through the whole thing. They go on a certain night, but they hear that this one creature is supposed to not be poached, but everybody does it anyways. So they work on it, and it turns out that these creatures latch on to whatever with the biggest strength that they can ever have. So they start latching on to Tonio and Rohan and start drowning them. Rohan's able to figure out how to get out and then saves Tonio, and they save a couple of the mollusks. And Tonio is able to feed the woman and heal her, and Rohan becomes a better person about it. I thought that was a very great story. Again, it felt like it was a one-off chapter for JoJo's, and I can understand why this one was not animated. While it's a great story, has a great message, and is honestly just kind of touching, it doesn't fit the Spoke Rohan Kishibe. Like I said, this fits JoJo's Bizarre Adventure more, which is fine, but it doesn't really have the full horror aspect except of, drowning. But yeah, I did get Volume 2, so we'll hopefully be reviewing that soon. We're going to do Zom 100 next week, finish that up, and then go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and follow me on all my social media down below. We're actually doing Pokemon Profile next week. It's that Nerd Ryan, signing off.